Hey everybody, welcome back to the Boom Boom Room. We're in with Slick and Benz. How is everyone doing today? Hope everybody's doing well. We're here today, to discuss some issues and things that has been said, on these YouTube streets. And we're just here to, clear up a couple of things that's been said. Me and Slicky, we've been quiet. But when being quiet does not also mean that you're guilty about anything. I'm the type of person, I don't bash nobody, I don't bully nobody, I don't drag nobody, because there's always a right way to say something and, go about doing things the right way. And I always, think about doing things the right way. So because, one negative and another negative don't make a positive. So, Miss Nikki is just on here tonight, basically just to, clear up a couple of things. And she's here to tell her story. And there would not be, any questions in the chat. She's just here to tell what she has to say. And we're here to, clear up a couple of things. And with that being said, I'm going to give it away to Snicky.
Thanks, Benz.
Oh, you're welcome.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
um, I first want to thank everybody for all the love and support that I've received through this last week. Um, is I'm speechless. I'm speechless. I don't have the words for it. Um, I don't have a lot to say, but I will. It's better to tell my story than let somebody else tell your story. And I really can't control what people believe and what they're gonna think or what, because for some reason people chose to believe it. Uh, but I never imagined that I would have to talk about my miscarriage. Um, but now I have to. Um, I first want to say I don't want anybody to think my silence was a thing of fear, because not only was I being cyberbullied, I also had to deal with grief of losing my baby again. And that has been the hardest part of all of this. I don't understand where anybody find joy or gleefulness or anything in losing a child. But I guess in order for me to tell my miscarriage story, I would have to tell the whole story. Um, whole story. And it might be a little graphic. So, and the trigger warning. And like I said, I'm not here to hurt anybody. I was never my intent. Um, never my intent to hurt anyone. I'm not malicious, and I ain't gonna let nobody tell me I am. And I'm not. But I will tell y'all, God has been so good to me, even through this. And I had to start praising God through this storm. Um, one morning I woke up feeling like I had to run and go to the bathroom. And before I could get to the bathroom, even get my pajama pants down, I had it was blood all over the floor. Um, it seemed like every time I cleaned up, it would happen again. Um, and eventually I knew I had to go to work. So I went to work. I got to work and I've I was my manager wanted to call an ambulance for me, and so I didn't. And I called, so I ended up going to the hospital. I drove myself. When I got there, they was like, "I'm surprised you have ever been able to function." I ended up having to have a blood transfusion, and I ended up finding out I had a fibroids. Um, they wanted to give me a hysterectomy, and because it was that bad right there, emergency, and I wouldn't let them. Um, so I went to a few different doctors. I went home. I went to a few different doctors. I had to get blood transfusion, iron transfusions. I had a PICC line for 6 months. I was in and out the hospital. I ended up doing an experiment drug to try to shrink the fibroids. I found a doctor who was able to administer that drug. I had an in-home nurse, and the doctor said, "You were too young to have a hysterectomy. I'm gonna give you some more time." And I didn't think I had no more time. Uh, from there, in 2000 and that was in 2013. In 2020, at the beginning of the pandemic, I found out I was pregnant. Um, I know there was a picture posted of a man that I guess think is my baby daddy. It's not. Um, it's actually not. It's a family member. Um, but in 2020, at the beginning of the pandemic, I found out I was pregnant. And because everything was shut down, there wasn't much that uh, you could do but call the doctor and everything. I had a doctor's appointment, and but a week before the doctor's appointment, I started bleeding. I started spotting. I called the nurse. They said this is normal. Sometimes it happen, and I'm like, no, something ain't right. Um, I finally got in. Kept going. They said, well, how about you come in and we'll check you? Uh, they told me I can bring one person. So, to the hospital because everything was shut down. I mean, it was a ghost town. Um, my best friend would drive 30 minutes to my house and took me to the hospital. And I had an ultrasound, and they didn't find a heartbeat. Then I had to have an internal ultrasound, and there was still no heartbeat. So they said, well, it may be because it's still early. But once she had pulled out the uh, instrument, I had passed like the biggest, one of the biggest blood clots I've ever had. And I knew right then that it was over. Uh, The doctors checked me and they said, as of right now, we're gonna give it a couple days. We're gonna give it a day or so. So every day my best friend drove across town and she left work to take me to the hospital and check me every day. They they made me naturally miscarry. I just had to check my blood. They check my blood every single day and my hormone levels every day. And I just had to go through the miscarriage naturally because everything far as medical things at the beginning of the pandemic was emergency. Uh, I was alone. I wasn't alone because, like I said, my best friend was there. I was alone because it was the beginning of the pandemic. She wasn't even supposed to be there. I wasn't alone because I was pregnant by some married man or any of those things or I, I don't know where all that came from. I don't even understand why it's something to make fun of. But I shared the story because I trust the person I told. I cared about them and I told them the struggles that I was having. Um, it's not easy to go through it was a it's not easy to go through something like that because I was isolated. It was a pandemic. My best friend was there as much as she could be, my friends there. But it was such a dark time because I didn't even think I could have a child. I went through all those motions and all those surgeries and medical things just so I can have a baby, and then I get a baby, and then I lose it. And after that, my doctors did say it was nothing that I did. Of course, you blame yourself. I wondered if I wouldn't have took that shower, it might have been too hot. Did I roll on my stomach? Did I eat something? Did I drink something? I couldn't figure out why. I asked the doctors and kept asking. And I just went into this dark place. My life had changed. It was so dark that I forgot I had a child that needed me. I still had one. Uh, and my baby, she was so supportive. So supportive. But she needed me there. And I had to fight through that darkness because I had did so much. I have scars. I have scars. I scars. I don't even the way that it's just nothing but God because I was hopeless. I was. And a lot of it probably was the fact that we were isolated. I couldn't get home to my family. I couldn't get to my parents. I couldn't you couldn't do anything during that time. And this was 2020. This wasn't in December. This wasn't January. This wasn't when I had COVID. This was in 2020. Like I said, I only shared the story because it's something that I still was grieving over. If you want to hate me, for wanting to be a mother or hate me for wanting to have a child. I can't, there's nothing I could do. If I hurt somebody, if I hurt you, you believe I deserve this? I don't know what I did to deserve this. I don't know what I did to deserve to be made fun of for having a miscarriage. I I will say that I know people probably want me to address some of the things like those receipts and things like that. It's hard to talk about people that you love or cared about. It's real hard. Um, but the one thing I would say is that with losing a child, you appreciate children a little more. Hold on to the ones that you have. And I never wanted people not to go into chats, but at some point it was so dangerous. People were getting CPS called on them all over. I can't imagine nobody losing their babies because I lost one. I didn't say that to be malicious. I said it because I didn't want nobody to lose their child over something on YouTube. It's YouTube. A lot of us come here to escape what we have going on. We gravitate to each other. You think you make these bonds, but you don't ever think that they're going to become this hurtful, where they want to impact your real life. Um, there are some things I can't talk about. I was advised not to talk about because I did have to take some legal actions. Um, so I hope, and I know some of y'all probably are here for that, but I'm sorry I can't give you that. And some of it, I'm just gonna have to let God do what He has to do and stand in my truth. But I will say, if you decide that you want to hate me, I can't stop you from hating me. But I ask that you will leave me alone so I can deal with what has been brought back up. Because although I lost a child, I also went through a lot of health issues with that, along with the mental health. And just because you go through that doesn't make you weak. I had to tell myself it didn't make me weak because I had to thank God. I had to thank God. I done had some rough times because I almost let it all go because I was grieving. But I will tell you this, God has been so good. Everything that has been taken away from me, I've gotten it back twice. Oh, I have a I gotta pay for tuition to now for the child that is here. I'm blessed. I got in my car and started. I walked in my house, my lights came on. I turned on the water, it came on. My bed was still there. Everything I have is still there. The things that I worked hard for are still there. I went and paid my light bill, y'all. I had the money in the bank on top of some. God has blessed me, and I'm thankful again for everybody who have reached out, and I appreciate everybody who's here. I appreciate the folks that hate me that's here too, but I love y'all still. I love I want to tell, I know the ladies are listening. I didn't hate y'all. I never did. I still don't. I don't know what happened and how we got to this point, but I still pray for y'all because that's what God would have me to do. and I have to watch the seeds that I sow. So I ain't here to bash or talk bad about anybody or anything like that. Mm, and I think that's about it. Benz, you still here?
Yeah.
I had something to say. Thank you. I
um,
thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for being that friend. And I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you for being here and sticking through this with me. And I appreciate you.
you don't have to thank Miss Nikki. You don't. Is there anybody backstage or anything?
Yeah.
Um, I think you need to address the issue about the receipts that was dropped about you telling the mod sisters to stay out of the chats over there at Station Head and in the live YouTube streams. I think you need to address that.
It was never about not supporting trees. It was never about that. I love that lady. I was sending her pictures of my baby. I was sharing my joyous moments all the way up to that last week. Why would I do that?
Will
So
you let
no,
the people up in the backstage, Nikki, please? Thank you.
it was never about not supporting. It was always about the babies. It was always about the babies. That was all it was ever about. I don't hate anybody. I don't dislike anybody. Not even today. Probably be easier if I did, but I don't, it ain't in me. It's just not. Hey, you knew. Hi, BJ Dez.
So, Nikki, tell them why. Why did you tell them to stay from over there? You never did address that.
Only because CPS was being called. That's it. I did not want the ladies to put their households at risk. They were going after subs. They were calling CPS not on just on it was multiple people who were having CPS at their door. That was the only reason. It was never to be something malicious. That's it. I can't take nothing what God has for you. I can't. What God has for you is for you. I can't take nothing from anybody. I can't stop not one blessing. And I never would. I never tried. I never wanted to.
Do any of you ladies have anything to say?
Y'all on mute. I have to unmute yourselves. I don't know why y'all on mute.
We support y'all, and I support the fact of you telling your story, your way. And you may be helping somebody else feel comfortable enough to tell their story or to get through the same hurt that you're going through and have went through. But we support you, both
I
of y'all.
appreciate it. I
Thank you.
never thought I'd have to grieve again.
We are here for you, Snooki. Uh, we're here for you. I love you so much for sharing this story. I think many people have gone through loss, but I know this was very hard for you that this had been brought up um, to so many people, and I'm happy that you cleared this up so we'll know and understand the pain that you went through during that time, especially during the pandemic when we know no one can go to the hospital at all at that point, where people had to actually take care of themselves at home. But I want to let you know that we're standing here for you. We're all here for you. We're going to be loving on you and praying for some healing. And what's happening now is so wrong. And I'm so emotional for you about it because it's not me, but I can feel that pain that you're going through right now. And I just want to know that, you know what? We are here for you. We're going to be here for you. And if you need to talk to anyone, I see so much support in the chat right now. And I'm so happy that there's so many people that are rooting for you, Snooki. There is a lot of love I'm seeing right here for you. And that's all that matters. Whatever negativity is out there, that's gone. You know, if there's a God, God is standing with you right now and he's helping the next individual. And I'm sure someone here is crying with you right now because they've been through this experience. So you hold your head up high, and I don't care what's going on around. You're going to keep on moving. You're going to come on this channel and you're going to grow your channel and you're going to keep moving because you have all of us here rooting for you. You hear me? I love you, Snoopy. I do. And I'll be standing here with everyone here that I see up here and people that are actually in the chat.
Can you guys hear me now? I changed my mic. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you now.
Okay, great. Sorry, I had to change my mic. Um, so this is what I wanted to say. With everything that's been going on, it's something that shouldn't have been going on. First of all, when you confide in someone in confidence, like you think you could trust them, and you really can't trust them, and it makes you put up a wall, and you think you can't trust anybody anymore. I just want you to know you can trust me. I'm always going to be there for you, no matter what. Okay, no matter what, I'm here for you. I'm here for you, for bands. I just wanted you guys to know that you guys don't deserve any of this crap that's going on. I understand some people, they want to sit there and use people for content, but you don't deserve this. This is not the kind of content they should be using. They should be using other content, things that help people grow, not people bringing people down and dragging people. It's just wrong. I feel really horrible for what they've done for you and done to you.
I don't hate anybody. I don't hate anybody today. I don't even hate y'all. I don't even hate these people that's doing this to me. I don't even hate them. I don't dislike them. I don't. I just wanted to stop. Oh, I'm tired of living it. I'm tired of having to grieve again. Again.
Yeah.
I just wanted to stop. I appreciate. I appreciate. appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody being supportive. I love everybody. That's what God would have me to do. And I'm going to be obedient. And I'm going to love. I'm going to continue to love. And I appreciate everybody. I appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate y'all taking the time to listen. I hate I had to do it. I hate I had to tell it, but I did. I pray that anybody, if you have gone through this or you going through this, I pray you go seek the help. I did. I am. I went and I got it. Cause some fights you can't fight alone. I'm not good. I'm not gonna let this take me out.
Yeah, you don't want to. You definitely don't want to let her, them, or whoever it is that's sitting here doing all this. You guys know who you are, and I always say, if the shoe fits, wear it. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing as far as your part of this, and you need to stop. Stop the bullying. Stop it now. It doesn't make sense. You're hurting her and a lot of other people. Do you really think everybody that's on her side want to hear all this crap? They don't. I'm talking directly to whoever it is that's doing this. I don't care if you can come after me, whatever. I don't care. All I know is that this is wrong and you know you're wrong. And you think it's funny, but it's not funny. This kind of content is not the kind of content that needs to be out there. Don't nobody want to hear this shit. Period. Sorry, you guys.
Okay.
You okay? You okay? You know. I just want to say that I love Snooki, and I don't have no malicious intent towards anybody. Even though a lot of stuff been said and done, I'm still gonna be Benz going forward. I'm still gonna be Benz regardless, no matter what. No matter what, I'm gonna still be the same. But it hurt. It did. I could do the same thing, do what other people are doing, but I don't have that, malicious intent in my heart. I don't. But like Sneaky said, a lot of stuff was going on the YouTube streets, and a lot of stuff was a lot of phone calls to CPS and everything, and we were just trying to protect the other mod sisters for they got kids and everything. So we was Sneaky was like, well, I don't think you need to be seen or whatever, because like she said, they're going after the subs and everything, and we didn't want nothing to happen to their household. And like I said, it takes two to conversate. So I don't think me and Snicky was talking to ourselves over there. So it's just a lot. It's a lot. And going forward, me and Snicky just gonna move forward and let God have his way. Because God take care of his own, and I'm a proven fact for that.
Yeah.
And about the gay thing, yeah, I'm gay. I'm a gay lesbian. You can call me a butch, whatever you want to call me. Hey, I'll be that. But at the end of the day, I'm still Benz, and I'm not going to change for nobody. God, the child of God, he was called names also, but hey, look how he turned out. But I'm not afraid of words. I'm not afraid of names. You can call me pinto beans and all this stuff like that. I can laugh with you. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, words don't faze me at all.
Nope.
Not at all. But I just hope that y'all can rest well at night. I really do, because at the end of the day, I did love you guys. I really did. And I want to make a public apology to all the people that my receipts dropped on, that I talked about Q. I really do apologize. I should not have been in all that BS over there. I'm glad that God has showed me a different light. I was in a dark place. I really was, and nobody needs to be talked about, period. Nobody. And on the outside looking in, it hurt. It hurt. and I really do apologize for on my behalf. And I'm just sorry that Snooki is going through what she's going through, because a person shouldn't have to explain what happened. I don't care how it happened or why it happened. She shouldn't have to explain none of this.
Exactly.
Hey guys. Hey Snooks.
Hey,
Hey
sweetie.
Benz. Hey you new BJD.
Thanks, Reese.
And hey, stop the bullying. Guys, I just want to say that this has been one hell of a shit show. And Smitty, I'm very proud of you for coming
Yeah.
through and
Yes.
oh sorry. Shoot. Sorry, I'm at work at the moment. I applaud you, Snooki, for coming through and telling your story, because I know this is going to be very healing for a lot of women out there, and for a lot of women to know that, you know, they're not alone. There's always somebody out there that's suffering alongside with you. So for anybody that wants to, you know, roll with the BS, you know, go hammer and tongs, because at the end of the day, people are suffering way worse than some of the stupidity that's been put out there. And if anybody wants to know my part in anything, come and ask me. Don't.
Did we lose you, Screets?
Yeah, you went out, Screets.
You don't know me. So, yeah, support, I'm here. You know, so reach out to anybody that's up on the panel. You know, sometimes it's easier to speak to a stranger than it actually is to speak to somebody that's
Screech, you break it up real bad.
close to you. And when you do speak to, it's not the type of person who is going to use something that's so traumatic and tragic. Oh, just I'm up down for now and listening. But if there's anything you guys need from me, please just let me know.
Okay,
baby.
thank you,
honey. Thank you, Sweet.
Can you hear me now?
Thank you. Thank you. And I think I'm
You
done
guys just
here.
remember.
What was that, Screets?
You're well loved, not just by me, but by everybody. Thank you for putting out your story and clarifying things and helping others heal.
Thank you.
I'm gonna pop down. See you guys later.
Bye, Screets. I thank y'all for being here.
You're welcome.
And I thank you again for everybody who's been loving on me and praying for me.
Definitely.
I am doing the work. Ain't that what Iyanla say? I'm doing the work. So I'm gonna do the work. And
well, you stay strong, Snick. You know I got your back regardless, okay? Stay strong.
And I'm only a phone call away.
I thank y'all. I thank y'all, every one of you. Thank you, Benz. I know. I love y'all. I love each one of y'all.
Love you too. I had one more thing I wanted to say real quick. You know, I've always told you this, and I stand by what I say. When I say I don't side with people, like if somebody else doesn't like you, I'm not gonna just, oh, I don't like you just because somebody else doesn't like you. I'm not a kindergartner. What I don't like is what she's done to Snooki and Benz. That's what I don't like. Okay, I don't know her. I don't care to know her. After what she did, I would never want to know her. And I always say, if I don't like the tea, I am not going to drink it. And baby, I don't like this tea. So I just want to tell you that. And we love you, Snooki and Ben.
Thank you. Thank you, Gulu.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. Well, I thank y'all for being here. I am done. This was a lot.
That's it. You just move forward from here, Snooki. There's nothing else to be said. You know, we know you. We know your heart.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate everybody and appreciate y'all being here. And y'all have a blessed night.
Okay.
Same to you, Snooki.
Good night, everyone. Thank you for coming in. Good night.
Bye.
Well,